Outrage is sweeping across global cities as members of the Indian diaspora take to the streets, raising their voices against Pakistan's deep-rooted terror nexus. Following the barbaric attack in Pahalgam, Kashmir, which claimed the lives of 26 innocent civilians, massive protests have erupted from London to Washington and Paris, with demonstrators blaming Pakistan for orchestrating yet another bloodbath on Indian soil. Protesters have demanded accountability, justice, and direct international action against the terror-sponsoring state. Our report dives into the growing global condemnation of Pakistan's state-sponsored terrorism.
The barbaric terror attack in Pahalgam, which claimed 26 innocent lives, has shocked the global community. Carried out by Pakistan-backed terrorists, the assault is a grim reminder of Islamabad's ongoing support for cross-border terrorism. World leaders, including those from the US, UK and Russia, strongly condemned the attack and the targeting of civilians. This attack is part of a broader strategy to instigate communal tensions and sabotage India's efforts to rebuild Jammu and Kashmir. In the aftermath of the deadly terror attack, thousands of Indians living abroad have come together in solidarity. From London to Washington DC to Paris, chants of Vande Mataram and Bharat Mata Ki Jai reverberated through the streets, aimed squarely at a nation long accused of nurturing terrorism, Pakistan. Protesters in London waving Indian flags and chanting Jai Shri Ram gathered outside the India House and in front of the Pakistani High Commission. The demonstrations were not just emotional responses, but strategic displays of resistance against the global machinery of Islamist extremism, machinery that India accuses Pakistan of exporting.
We are really saddened by what has happened, and that's why we have come over here to support our Indian community that lives abroad, but our hearts are always with our motherland, and it's happening again and again, and that's what saddens us. We are doing a peaceful demonstration over here. I know there are people from the other side standing over there shouting slogans, instigating us, but that's not us. We are here to tell them that they have to stop terrorizing us. We do not support this.
In Paris, demonstrators assembled near the Eiffel Tower, calling Pakistan a factory of terrorism and demanding military retaliation. The protests were particularly sharp, with slogans like Pakistan Murdabad and terrorist Pakistan shame on you. Protesters emphasized that Islamist extremists backed by Pakistan's army are not just a threat to India, but a threat to global peace.
अतवादी सिर्फ एको बोली है वो है गोली इन्हां दे विच इन्नी हिम्मत नहीं है कि हिंदुस्तान दी फौज दा सामना कर सकन किसी भी अतवाद ना कि पाकिस्तान दी आर्मी दे विच भी ये हिम्मत नहीं है कि हिंदुस्तान दी फौज दा सामना कर सकन.
Outside the White House in Washington DC, Indian Americans gathered to demand accountability, carrying images of the Pahalgam victims and waving both Indian and American flags. Demonstrators shouted slogans condemning the Pakistani deep state. Many called out the ideological motivation behind such attacks, religious extremism weaponized by Islamabad.
April 22nd should never have happened. It's a slap on the face of humanity. Islamic terrorism has to stop. People need to understand and acknowledge and respect all faiths. Nobody should have to die because of the faith that they follow.
The Pahalgam incident is not an isolated one. From Dhangri to Kulgam to Rajouri, religious minorities in Jammu and Kashmir have repeatedly been targeted in religiously motivated violence. Indian security agencies have identified at least 2 of the 3 terrorists involved in the latest attack as Pakistani nationals, part of a familiar pattern where Pakistan-trained jihadis infiltrate across the LOC under ISI guidance. Islamabad predictably denied the charge and demanded a neutral probe, a routine deflection it employs after every such incident. But the evidence and public sentiment say otherwise. In retaliation, India has suspended the decades-old Indus Waters Treaty, ordered the immediate closure of the Atari-Wagah border, and cancelled all SVES visas issued to Pakistani nationals. India has long borne the brunt of Pakistan's policy of bleeding India with 1,000 cuts, but now the Indian government appears poised to cut back